Hi everybody, Casey Zander here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can become a masculine man that chases and pursues excellence doing these 5 things with these exact 5 specific layout and format that I give you today. Now, fair warning, these 5 things are going to be uncomfortable, but throughout this entire channel I have consistently separated everybody into 2 specific groups. You are either part of the 99% or you are on your path, you're on your mission to be a full stack 1%er. If you align with the methods of being a full stack 1%er, you're going to want to tune in. So not to overtalk, not to talk too much, let's dive in. The very first thing that you want to do in order to truly be a man of excellence is you have to never stop pressing. And that means you consistently have and keep your ambition. Now I'm going to explain to you why this is so important. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little story. This week there was a woman I was talking to, and just, casually, she brought up the fact that her and her boyfriend broke up. And I said, oh, why? I was like, how long are you dating for? I was like, oh, 4 years. I was like, oh, how come? She goes, he's just content with his career. Word for word. Think about that for a second. Content with his career. So that right there said it doesn't matter if you make good money or not. It doesn't matter if you make 60K, 100K a year, 150K, 200K a year. The second that you close off your growth is the exact second that there is typically a flaw or a weakness in your armor that can be penetrated, okay? What that means is you can never play the game of life for just money. You have to play it for your ambition, you have to play it for your purpose, and you have to consistently level up. So you could be making $10 million a year, but if you're only doing stuff and your business is on autopilot and you're only working 30, 40 minutes a day and it runs itself, you need to be finding other ways in your personal life or even still business and career life to pursue different endeavors and consistently have that ambition. That ambition is going to be one of the most attractive things, not only to all women, but it's one of the most attractive things for yourself in and of itself. That is number 1. Let's dive into number 2. The second thing you must do to pursue excellence is get to 10% body fat or below. I cannot explain to you the amount of times that I've seen guys' physiques, right? They're in the gym a lot and maybe they look buff, but they're never really shredded. The second that they get peeled, here's what happens. Their jawline looks better, their facial symmetry improves, right? Their cheeks are less puffy, they have a more angular face, right? They just start to look and feel better. They start to have a different glow to them that they never had. Now keep in mind, dieting to get to 10% body fat or below is extremely hard. Yes, you have to count your calories. Yes, you have to count your macros. Yes, you have to actually track the things that will lead to real physical weight loss on the scale. That's hard. But all of these 1% wins improve confidence. It improves structure. Before, you're more of a square, okay? All of a sudden you start to lose weight, you lose body fat, that the hips and the stomach starts to angle out, your shoulders look rounder, you have a V taper, you look better. Don't neglect the work that is proven time and time to actually get guys success. There is no shortcuts, and a crafted physique cannot be given to you, right? And it also can't be stripped away from you. It's something you build and it's something you earn. That's number 2. Number 3, this is one of the biggest flaws that I see guys stop doing, especially as they get comfortable into other relationships. I need you to plan your social life and your social circle and the activities that you do every single day, just as if you are actually planning your career, and just as if you're even planning your workout split in the gym. If Monday you do chest and tries, Tuesday you do back and bis, Thursday you do legs, you have a regimen, it same has to be with your social life. Monday I have this dart tournament, right? Monday I have this, I do recreational Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? Wednesday I hang out with Frank and Tom and we go shoot pool at XYZ. Okay, when you have stuff going on, you have people to actually interact with, you stop becoming more of like a social hermit and you start actually becoming comfortable with yourself and your own personality. So that's one of the fastest ways to start to speak more fluent, right? Start to emphasize words that draw people in, right? Start to have a certain cadence in your tone with how you speak. All of these add up. And this is what creates you as to being the true full stack 1%er that I know so many of you want to be. Number 4, okay? You need to pursue your purpose to acquire resources as you age. There is no way around this one, okay? When you're a man with resources, Okay, it could be a house, could be a nice house, it could be a nice car, it could be real estate. You have things that you're doing. This is one of the quickest ways that not only women can establish that you have competence to do that, but this establishes respect with a lot of times people that you're coming in contact with and interacting with. Resources is the quickest way to have an amazing setup. Okay, if you're some average Joe Schmo and the best you can do right now is a $20 dinner date for both of you, and then afterwards you come back to your apartment with nothing to do, stuff looks out of place, it's not a warm atmosphere, you have to understand that not only are you selling yourself short, but the perception of your perceived value is just lower. Now this doesn't even transition with women too. This is with business as in general too. If you hop on a Zoom call for an application for, a job or a sales call, and they see in the background that, hey, you look established, you have a nice house, or you're not just in some small 1970s apartment that's crumbling down. And I get it. I was there too. We all start somewhere. But you need to stay on your purpose and stick on that purpose like glue to establish resources for yourself that shows masculine competence. And this is one of the fastest ways you can prove to yourself that you are chasing excellence and you are reaping the fruits of your labor. The fifth one for a lot of you is actually going to hit very hard. And you're not going to like me for saying this, but you have to level up financially. You cannot just tell yourself you're pursuing your career or your business and then be stagnant. So here's what I mean. There is so many people I've came in contact with, they're business owners, and they tell me like, it's 2020 or it's 2019, and I'm like, oh sweet, you're trying to scale, huh? Where are you at financially? They're like, oh, we're at 12K a month. Then I see them in 2021, yeah, we're still around 10 to 15K a month. Then it's 2022, it's like, yeah, we're still around 10 to 15K a month. It's like, dude, what have you been doing for the past 3 years? Like, when you level up financially, one of the quickest ways to establish confidence and resources from point number 4 is you have to actually have proof of success, okay? You need to actually start holding yourself accountable to putting tangible numbers on goals. For example, if a sprinter runs a 9.9 100-meter dash, that is better than a 10-second flat 100-meter dash. If you bench press 315 for 5, that is better on paper than doing 275 for 5. You get what I'm saying? If you learn how to make 20K a month and then you learn how to make 50K a month, making 50K a month is substantially better than 20K a month. So not only do you have to, there comes a point where you're going to have to actually stop telling yourself these placebo things like, oh, I'm on my purpose. Oh, I'm building my career. And there comes a point where you're going to have to plan your monthly financial goals. You're going to have to plan quarter over quarter. You're going to have to hold yourself accountable to hitting specific targets. And that's how you become driven. That's how you become actually a guy of success. Now, these 5 points for some of you who watch this is going to turn you off and you're like, oh, this isn't for me. For some of you, for the true 1%ers, these belief sets that I just aligned you with are going to stick, and you're going to feel as if they mean something. If those belief sets specifically feel that they mean something to you, there's a specific thing I want to designate your attention to. Right now, for the end of Q2, we are closing down the Masculinity Blueprint completely at 2,000 members. We're extremely close to that number. So if you have heard me in past videos talk about MBT, okay, masculine behavioral techniques, this is not some online course or online program where the material gets outdated, the texting tips change, the apps change. These are hardwired traits that will serve you through the test of time to not only fix your dating and relationship life now, but to craft you into the man that you've always wanted to be. If you align with some of, even just a small minute of the few points in today's video, I recommend you checking out 2 links. The very first link is my bootcamp link. I'm going to take you through a quick access page where you can actually check this out. You can see if it's right for you and you can hop into that before we shut down enrollment. Or number 2, if you're a guy who you have not really heard me talk about this before, you can click into the webinar. We're running that webinar multiple times per day. It's called the MBT webinar. Okay, I shot that brand new for 2022. I recommend hopping into that, clicking the link, registering for that. Guys, if you like this video, I want you to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Mark your calendars for July 1st. July 1st, the first ever merchandise drop on this channel is happening. That means we have 2 different hats. Okay, we're gonna have one specific plain black t-shirt with the logo attached on it just like this. It's going to be the first ever launch and I have limited supply. So just mark that on your calendar so you're aware. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.